Right then, lads and lasses. Pull up a proper sturdy bench. Grab yourself an absolutely monumental steaming mug of proper builder's tea. None of that weak, floppy, translucent, milky dishwater, mind you. We want the real dark stuff that could strip paint right off a garden fence. Today we are diving head first into an absolute unit of a video. The file title says +1 health per click game Roblox. But as any seasoned virtual pirate knows, what transpires on screen is a magnificent cross-pollinated hybrid with Blox Fruits. Before we even catch a glimpse of a single block, avatar, pixel, or virtual tree, we are greeted by a very classic sight. It is the raw, unpolished, beautiful reality of a Windows desktop screen. Right in the dead center is the unmistakable, iconic user interface of Bandicam. Oh blimey, what an absolute classic choice for recording software. It is an instant sensory flashback to the golden era of the internet. A lovely time when online tutorials were recorded on sketchy hardware and everything felt wonderfully unpolished. There is no overproduced corporate slick introduction here. There are no flashing logos designed by a high-priced marketing agency. No, our host today is keeping it entirely real and authentic. We see the main Roblox homepage loading up in the background. The account in question belongs to a legendary bloke named Metagamingu. Now that is a proper handle, isn't it? It sounds incredibly sophisticated, high-tech and intimidating. Like an elite cybernetic athlete or a legendary virtual general who takes his digital career with the utmost seriousness. The homepage is absolute chock-a-block with columns of potential distractions, options and friendly avatars. We see the friends list sitting right at the top left, which is currently an empty space waiting for fellow warriors. Below the main profile header lies the endlessly tempting standout games behind you curation pane. This section is a brilliant showcase of the sheer variety available on the platform, featuring titles designed to satisfy every craving. First up is Clean Crew Sub, labeled Clean for a Better Tomorrow. Which, to be completely frank with you, sounds a bit too much like actual hard labor and household chores for my personal liking. Why on earth would anyone want to spend their precious weekends scrubbing virtual floors when they could be causing absolute mayhem? Moving along, we spy Archimara, which promises dangerous dungeons awaiting exploration, followed immediately by Paranormal, which is an absolute fright fest designed for horror enthusiasts who enjoy having their wits frightened. But our Metagamingu bloke has zero time for cleaning kitchens or exploring haunted houses. He is a man on a singular laser-focused mission today. He moves his cursor with absolute clinical precision up to the search bar. He clears out his recent inquiries with the confidence of a seasoned internet veteran. The recently visited grid reveals a cheeky glimpse into his daily routine. We see Learning Hub for when he wants to engage his massive brain. We see Blox Fruits for when he wants to unleash his inner lawless pirate. We see War Simulator for military tactical exercises. And finally, the mysterious +1 health per click. It is a magnificent buffet of digital entertainment, but today only one dish will satisfy his immense appetite. With a decisive, firm click that practically resonates through the microphone, he selects Blox Fruits. The game page loads up and we are presented with the vital statistics of this absolute titan of the Roblox platform. It boasts a staggering 92% positive rating and millions of active players worldwide. It has an absolute legendary reputation for turning perfectly logical human beings into mindless, repetitive grinding machines. The maturity rating is marked as mild, which is absolutely fantastic news. It means we can expect plenty of cartoonish violence, over-the-top explosions and dramatic combat maneuvers. And all of this without anyone actually losing a limb or spilling their nice cup of tea. Our player hovers over the massive green play button for a brief fraction of a second. He takes a deep breath and presses it down with supreme confidence. The screen instantly shifts and we enter the glorious, nerve-wracking loading phase. Joining server, the text proclaims at the bottom, and you can practically feel the tension in the air rising like steam from a kettle. The loading background is an absolute masterpiece of digital anime art. It is dominated on one side by a colossal, majestic green dragon breathing an absolute torrent of emerald flames across the screen. On the other side stands a fierce, spiky-haired anime warrior who looks like he hasn't had a proper night's sleep in weeks. He has probably been desperately trying to roll a mythical leopard fruit from the dealer. The anticipation during this screen is palpable, mate. It is that classic universal gaming moment where you stand on the precipice of grand digital adventure. Or at the very least on the precipice of spending the next 20 minutes of your finite lifespan punching virtual monkeys. The loading circle spins, the data packets fly across the internet infrastructure, and the server prepares to receive our champion. And then boom, just like that, the loading screen cracks open and we are violently dropped straight into the action. The server system text scrolls rapidly in the top left corner, delivering the crucial brief. Join Pirates Team console mode activated gamepad jungle. Our protagonist has chosen the path of the lawless pirates spawning directly at the starter jungle island. And let me tell you, he looks absolutely magnificent from the word go. Let us take a proper detailed look at this avatar customization, because it is an absolute corker of a fashion statement. This is not your standard generic default blocky character, no way, mate. This bloke is rocking a massive majestic set of golden and black wings that look like they were forged in heavy metal. On his head sits a fiery demonic mask with glowing predatory eyes paired with an orange flame patterned jacket. He has also got stylish checkered trousers that look like they belong on a high fashion runway in London. He looks like a cross between an intense anime villain, a gothic rock star, and a bloke who got completely lost in a fancy dress shop. It is a brilliant, highly intimidating look, absolutely perfect for striking primitive terror into the hearts of low-level NPCs. The game interface surrounding our flamboyant hero is highly informative and clean. On the left side we have the primary menu button, stats, items, close and shop. Below that, the current financial and level state of our warrior is laid bare for all to see. He has got 4010 belly in his digital wallet, which is a modest starter sum. Not exactly rolling in massive wealth, but more than enough to purchase a cheeky snack or a low-grade weapon. He is currently sitting at level 15, which means he is no longer a complete newborn infant in this harsh world. But he still has an absolute mountain to climb before he can even think about challenging the true emperors of the sea. His health bar is fully charged at 280 out of 280. And his energy reserves are maxed out at 100. It is a solid, respectable foundation from which future digital empires are built. Before any actual punching or physical combat can commence, our player decides to engage in a bit of essential administrative work. He opens up the stats menu and we get an in-depth look at the internal attributes of a level 15 character. He has currently got 6 unallocated attribute points burning a hole in his pocket. He is analyzing his options like a chess grandmaster contemplating a match-winning move. The categories available are classic RPG material, melee, defense, sword, gun, and Blox Fruit. His melee is at level 1, his sword is at level 1, his gun is at level 1, and his Blox Fruit is at level 1. But take a proper look at his defense stat, mate, it is already sitting exceptionally pretty at level 37. This bloke is an absolute unhinged mad lad of a tank. He has poured nearly every single point from his previous levels into becoming an indestructible, immortal brick wall. He might punch with the force of a wet paper towel, but you could hit him head-on with a speeding double-decker bus. He would probably just wipe his brow calmly and ask if it was starting to drizzle. He hovers his cursor over the melee option for a split second, considering if he should increase his basic punch damage. But then he thinks nah, claptrap to that, and dumps all 6 points straight into defense, pumping it up to level 43. His maximum health pool instantly leaps from 280 to a robust beefy 310 points. Talk about a cheeky upgrade, mate. This is a player who values personal survival above all else. He is constructing a character that can take an absolute monumental hiding without breaking a sweat. Which is honestly a highly strategic move considering the absolute army of aggressive primates he is about to engage. With his attributes sorted out and his health bar expanded, it is time for some physical action in the jungle. The player closes the menu overlay, takes a metaphorical deep breath, and starts jogging through the lush blocky foliage. The environment is rendered in classic vibrant Roblox style with bright green grass and towering rectangular palm trees. We see rugged brown cliffs and a deep infinite blue ocean stretching out towards the horizon. The background music is an absolute banger too, with a sweeping epic orchestral score filled with dramatic strings and roaring brass. It makes you feel like you're embarking on a world-saving quest, even though you are actually just about to punch a random monkey. And speak of the devil, there they are just down the dirt path. Minding their own bloody business under the trees are the wild monkeys of the starter island. These are not your friendly banana-peeling chimpanzees from the local wildlife park, no sir. These are level 14 wild beasts featuring blocky brown fur, neutral unblinking facial expressions and a decent health pool. They have exactly 346 hit points. Our hero approaches one of these furry blokes, equips his combat fighting style, and the absolute fisticuff madness begins. Let us analyze the combat mechanics down to the frame, because it is a truly hypnotic sight to behold. There are no fancy high-level swords or magical laser beams available at this stage of the journey. No, our bloke is relying entirely on good old-fashioned raw fisticuffs. He steps right up to the first unsuspecting monkey and unleashes a rapid flurry of punches. Each successful hit produces a satisfying cartoonish thwacking sound effect, accompanied by a bright red number 10. The number 10 pops out of the monkey's skull and floats away into the digital sky. 10 damage per punch. Now let us do a bit of quick math here, mate. The monkey has 346 total health points, which means it is going to take an absolute mountain of individual hits to put this beast down for good. This is pure unadulterated old school grinding. Left hook, right hook, cheeky jab, and a swift blocky kick to the shins. The monkey attempts to fight back, swinging its long brown arms with primal fury. But remember our player's monstrous defense stat. The monkey's retributions barely even scratch the golden paint on his magnificent wings. He stands his ground, absorbing the hits like an absolute champion while continuing to click his way to ultimate victory. As the monotonous rhythmic punching continues, the player decides to spice things up. He activates his character's special moves to speed up the process. First up is Quick Tackle, mapped neatly to the Z key. With a sharp vocal cry, his character surges forward in a sudden brilliant blur of pure white light. He slams his entire body weight directly into the monkey's chest with the force of an absolute runaway freight train. Boom! The monkey is sent flying backward through the air, its health bar instantly plunging down into the dangerous red zone. But our golden-winged bloke isn't finished with the combo just yet. He immediately follows up with ground smash mapped to the X key. He leaps gracefully into the air, hovers for a microsecond, and slams his blocky fists directly into the dirt. This creates a localized shockwave that rocks the surrounding jungle floor. The visual effects for this move are proper spectacular. We see bright flashes of white light gray dust particles flying in every direction and numbers erupting from the target. It looks like a broken cash register spilling numbers. With one final decisive left hook, the monkey vanishes in a brilliant puff of green energy particles. He leaves behind 64 cold hard belly and 200 experience points. A text overlay flashes on the screen: earn $64, earn 200 experience points, melee mastery 19. The imaginary crowd in my head goes absolutely wild, mate. But in the relentless world of Blox Fruits, the grind never sleeps and there is zero time to celebrate. You do not get to stop for a cheeky celebratory biscuit. The player spins his camera around with lightning speed and immediately targets the next spawning monkey. Thwack, 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 the red 10s continue to rain down like digital confetti. It is a rhythmic, almost meditative display of pure gaming dedication. Punch, 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 quick tackle, punch, punch, ground smash. The green experience bar at the very bottom of the screen slowly fills up. It crawls towards the next level milestone like a slug navigating a wet pavement on a rainy Tuesday afternoon. After systematically depopulating the monkey population and pocketing a respectable amount of cash, our hero moves on. He decides it is time to move on to bigger and better things on the higher plateau tier. He jogs past the standard monkey spawning fields and climbs up a steep stone ramp. And what awaits him there on the high ground? Gorillas, mate, absolute massive intimidating black gorillas sitting proud at level 20. These blokes are a completely different kettle of fish compared to the standard monkeys. They possess massive broad chests, powerful arms, and an aura of pure unadulterated primate dominance. It would make a lesser player turn tail and run straight back to the safety of the docks. Our player approaches the local quest giver standing near a rustic wooden suspension bridge. It is an NPC simply named Adventurer sporting a classic straw hat and a simple yellow tunic. A massive rotating yellow question mark floats above his head, practically begging to be interacted with. The player clicks on him and a cheeky blue dialogue interface pops up. We are presented with a selection of contracts: monkeys, gorillas, Gorilla King, or Nevermind. Seeing as he has already completely mastered the subtle art of monkey bashing, our bloke selects the gorilla's contract. The requirements are straightforward but daunting to a low-level player. Defeat 8 gorillas. The reward is $1,200 and 4,500 experience points. Now that is a proper payout, mate. Enough to make any digital pirate's eyes light up with absolute greed. Contract firmly accepted. The player turns his character around with a joyful leap. He runs across the creaking wooden bridge and enters the gorilla enclosure. The beasts are wandering aimlessly around their elevated stone platforms, looking like they are ready to rumble. Our bloke doesn't hesitate for a single second. He rushes straight at the nearest massive beast and unleashes his classic combat combo. Thwack! Each standard punch still delivers 10 damage, but these gorillas possess a vastly larger health pool. This requires an absolute mountain of manual clicks to fully deplete. The gorilla fights back with immense ferocity, swinging its heavy arms in powerful sweeping horizontal arcs. When its massive fists connect with our character, the entire camera shakes violently. It is a brilliant bit of visual feedback to emphasize the bone-crushing force of the primate's impact. But thanks to that glorious defense stat, our hero's health bar barely registers the blow. He is an absolute brick wall, a blocky fortress of sheer determination. The battle rages on, mate. Brilliant flashes of white light illuminate the dark jungle night as the player expertly chains his abilities.